Coming up on Oxford Weekly News, Talawanda schools are pushing towards a healthier and happier community. We'll show you how.
But first, a party gone wrong. A local college basketball player severely injured, the latest on his recovery.
Welcome to Oxford Weekly News. I'm Althea Purley.
And I'm Skylar Dubelko. Thanks for joining us.
A long journey of recovery has begun for Ryan Custer, who was critically injured on an off-campus party April 9th. Ryan Custer's recovery Facebook page has posted the first photo of Custer since the accident. The young Wright State basketball player still has no feeling in his legs, but doctors hope that after swelling from surgery on his spinal cord goes down, he will make a full recovery. The Oxford Police Department's official report of the incident indicates that they arrived on scene around 3:30 p.m. to find Custer lying on the ground. It reads, "Mr. Custer was conscious but not moving at this time. I was able to ask him some basic questions about his condition, and he kept saying, 'I can't feel anything.' I began to ask others who were there if they had observed what had happened. Several people stated that Mr. Custer was attempting to dive into the pool through another individual's legs. They stated that they believe he struck his head on that individual's knee and then landed in the water face down." Officials say that hundreds of people were in attendance at the pool party. Fire Chief Detherage was one of the responders.
There were an awful lot of people. That entire backyard was packed. When I got there was probably 6 or 7 minutes after the initial trucks had arrived. And I still had to fight my way through the crowd to get into the backyard.
Liability has not been addressed, though the party was registered by Alpha Delta Phi through the Interfraternity Council. The OPD only served one citation for underage drinking at the party, and there is no open investigation at this time. Those who were in attendance are shaken by Custer's injury.
Just put so much in perspective, and I was like, wow. Something so big just happened in this person's life, and we're just here at a party, and it could have been anyone. And so that was really scary.
For updates on Ryan Custer's recovery, go to Ryan Custer's Recovery Care page on Facebook.
April 9th to the 14th marks Miami University's It's On Us Week. The It's On Us campaign was launched by former President Obama in 2014, and it is an awareness campaign to help put an end to sexual assault on college campuses. Events were sponsored throughout the week to highlight bystander intervention, signs of sexual assault, and resources for survivors.
Talking about sexual assault on campus is very important because it's super prevalent, and this might encourage people to either come out if they've had experiences about it and look for help, or might encourage people to look for signs of it.
More information on the initiative can be found at miamioh.edu/itsonus.
4 Miami students are still dealing with the aftermath of fire that destroyed their home. Officials believe a malfunction in a mini refrigerator caused the fire, which occurred over Miami's spring break. The 4 students were displaced from their North Bishop home for the rest of the semester. Miami officials helped the displaced students find a new home for the remaining of the school year. The students remain in settlement talks with the owner of property Park Place Realtors.
For almost 20 years, Talawanda School District has focused on overall wellness for all students beginning in kindergarten through 12th grade. Katie McDonald has the story.
Thanks, Skylar. I talked with Talawanda officials to see how students benefit from this type of program and how it arms students and community members with knowledge to reach overall wellness.
Headed by Amy Masechko, Health and Wellness Coordinator, Talawanda schools have created a holistic wellness program focusing on drug and alcohol prevention, mental health awareness, obesity deterrence, and healthy living. The program is run in alliance with the Health Coordinating Council, which meets monthly and is made up of community members in all sectors of the City of Oxford and Talawanda schools. Using the KNOW program, which provides community members with information about educating students on the tough issues, Talawanda involves the Oxford community.
That it takes the community to tackle these types of issues. Whether it's alcohol and drug use, obesity prevention, whatever, it's not one sector of the community's sole responsibility to address that issue and solve the problem.
Holly Morris, Director of Communications and Public Engagement, knows our unique community helps foster this program.
It's a university town. The industry in our community is education, education, education. So I think when you're dealing with lots of young people, whether it's the preschool through 12 community here that attend public schools, or the 17,000 students that attend Miami University, that's a lot of young people, and so the community is invested in having program and philosophies in place to support all of those young people that are here.
In the face of Butler County's opioid public health crisis, this program arms students with the knowledge to change this pattern.
It's a good way to get around that.
It is important, and I don't think that this is going to be solved overnight. I think we have far to go, but we can't admire that problem any longer. We really have to have people on the ground that are working towards resolution.
Moving forward, Talawanda schools are preparing to expand this program to include mindfulness and, of course, putting the health of students above all. Back to you, Althea.
Former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis visited Miami's Oxford and Middletown campuses on April 12th. Davis talked about his experience as police commissioner during the 2013 Boston Marathon bombings and about current police relations in the United States.
Police will recover from this time. It requires transparency. It requires hiring practices that make the police department reflect the community that they're serving. It requires better practices on the part of the police. But it also requires a recognition on the community's part that the police are there to help them and to serve them.
His visit was sponsored by the Wilkes Leadership Institute.
Oxford is talking finances for the new city pool. The Goldners, an Oxford family, donated funds to the project. The pool's estimated cost is $4.4 million. The city discussed issuing bonds to cover costs not covered through fundraising. Once the pool is built, the old pool will be demolished and returned to a grass field.
Coming up on Oxford Weekly News, a look at the job market for graduating seniors.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Edlin Maldonado Fuller has been selected as the new director of United Way of Oxford and the surrounding areas. Maldonado Fuller moves to Ohio after working in social services in Texas. She officially joined the Oxford United Way in late February.
We have new ideas that we want to pursue, and our organizations are always sharing new projects they would like to engage in, and we want to be able to support them in moving and really creating some measurable improvements in our community.
Maldonado Fuller encourages anyone to contact her with ideas for improving social services in Oxford.
With the school year coming to an end, many college seniors are in the process of looking for employment and planning their careers. I talked with Miami's Center for Career Exploration and Success's Associate Director to learn about different resources Miami offers its graduating seniors.
According to a new report from the National Association of Colleges and Employers, employers expect to hire roughly 6% more graduates from the class of 2017 than they previously hired from the class of 2016. Associate Director for the Center for Career Exploration and Success, Mary Beth Barnes, encourages students to take advantage of career fairs, mock interviews, workshops, and other career planning resources.
The market is good. I think it really is just incumbent upon students to take every opportunity they can, starting your first year at Miami, to engage, to start to research career paths, talk to alumni, talk to friends and family about career paths, and explore so that when you are a senior, you're setting yourself up for the best options and that you've done all the work you can do to make sure that you're most prepared to get the best offers that you can.
However, some students are concerned that certain job markets are more accessible for Miami graduates than others.
It's not hard to find a job in Chicago, Cleveland, Cincinnati, but anywhere outside those cities, it's hard. I think if I was looking for a job in the cities that I mentioned, it would be good to go to Spring Ice and Career Fair. A lot of my friends have been getting interviews and jobs through those resources, and CareerLink as well.
Barnes identified tremendous job growth for students in the technology sector, specifically data and analytics, with employers showing interest in students with analytical ability and quantitative skills.
Our alum are a great group, and they're very invested in our students' success. The motto of love and honor, stays with students well beyond their time at Miami, and it truly is making you a part of this community, and students are fortunate to have alumni who are willing to give back in that regard.
Students are encouraged to utilize resources offered by the Office of Career Services as they make the move from college to career.
After 3 years at Miami University, the current dean of the Farmer School of Business is preparing to say goodbye. Dean Meibers will be leaving Miami at the end of June. In August, he will begin his new job in Dallas as the dean for the Cox School of Business at Southern Methodist University. Meibers declined an interview with Oxford Weekly News, citing a busy schedule. Miami Pro Phyllis Callahan is currently leading the search for a new dean. Callahan will name an interim dean to serve until the search ends. Coming up on Oxford Weekly News, a Butler County native's New York Times bestseller book is headed to the silver screen.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Miami's Alcohol Coordination Committee is sponsoring screenings of the HBO documentary Risky Drinking. The film will be shown on April 25th at Wilkes Theater and April 26th at Talawanda High School. A forum on high school risk alcohol consumption will also be held on April 27th. The event aims to continue the semester-long conversation on alcohol consumptions by students.
It's been a big week for Butler County native J.D. Vance. Vance's New York Times bestseller, Hillbilly Elegy, is the story of his upbringing in Middletown, Ohio. Miami announced in early April that the book was selected as the 2017 Summer Reading Book. Ron Howard has also recently signed on to direct and produce a film adaptation of the book.
People at Miami are pretty affluent, and I feel like a lot of them don't know that there are a lot of people who go through struggles like JD had, and like my mom had, and like Mamaw had, so I think it's important for them to read the book and eventually hopefully see the movie.
There's no word yet on if the movie will be filmed in Ohio.
Chris Ulmer, founder of popular Facebook page Special Books for Special Kids, visited Wilkes Theater on April 9th. Ulmer travels the country interviewing people with neurodiversities like autism and Down syndrome. The interviews are posted on the Facebook page to over 1 million followers. Ulmer's lecture at Miami highlighted celebrating the diversity of the human condition.
Looking for more local news? This week on the Oxford Patch News site, you'll find a close look at the impact of the merging of Oxford and Butler County's emergency dispatch centers, plus an examination of white privilege in America. These stories and more at patch.com/Ohio/Miami University.
That's all for this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Althea Purley.
And I'm Skylar Dubelko. You can watch us online on our YouTube page. Search Oxford Weekly News.
You can also connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Oxford Weekly News.